Hello everyone, welcome to the online video presentation. I am Mohammad Sharif, lecturer in English, Nalanda Degree College, Anantapur. A few visuals included in this presentation are taken from different sources of internet. I express my heartfelt gratitude to those unknown sources which helped me to make this presentation more effective and understandable. The topic I am going to deal today is adaptability. Let us have an overview of what we are going to deal during this 1 hour session. Let us first try to study the objectives. It is to understand what is adaptability, to enable the students to have an overview of adaptability as a universal factor, to analyze the importance and impact of adaptability at different stages of life, that is personal life as well as professional life, to understand social impact and adaptability issues, to learn how to develop adaptability in one's life, to differentiate between positive adaptability and negative adaptability, to review our own adaptability levels. Basing on the set objectives, let us try to understand what is adaptability. What is the meaning of this particular word? We will also see whether it is a universal factor applicable to human beings only or to any other things, and the impact of adaptability on personal life, impact on professional life, what are the social impacts of adaptability, developing adaptability, the positive and negative aspects of adaptability, a review of our own levels. So, this is what we are going to understand today in this 1 hour of our session. Let us look at what is adaptability. What does it stands for? Let us now understand what is adaptability. Look at this picture. Somebody has started to think of some goal. They have to start and they have to reach to their goal. In between, they have to pass through several obstacles or things that they have never faced or never come across in their life. Keep this picture in your mind before we try to understand the word adaptability. So, the word adaptability comes from the word adapt, which means to fit in or to adjust. Ability is the skill to do something. We have similar words like capacity, capability, potential, potentiality. They all mean ability. So, adapt plus adaptability. They come together to make the ability to fit in or adjust, or the skill to adjust, or the capacity to fit in. Now, let's have a look at the word family. Adapt, adapted, adaptable, adaptation, adaptability. This is the word family related to adapt. Now, let us come to the final definition. Adaptability is the quality of being able to adjust to new conditions or unforeseen conditions. The readiness, one side, and how to adjust ourselves to overcome something that we have never gone through. For example, we never had a situation like wearing masks. Now we are wearing masks. It's a new situation where we never expected that a virus may create a threat to our life. So we have adapted to a new thing called wearing a mask so that the impact of the virus is minimized or reduced. You got it, I believe. Adaptability is learning certain things and following them or adapting them so that we can safeguard ourselves, or we can continue our work, or we can continue towards our future. So with this, we have got a basic idea about adaptability. Now let us try to see. Let us now understand whether adaptability is a universal factor. That means it has to be applied or followed by other creatures on the earth, or is it only applicable to human beings? I am making a quote of Charles Darwin. This is a very popularly known law of inheritance of acquired characters. He has put in 3 laws, out of which this is one of the laws. The above law speaks about the need of adapting to new skills and situation-based changes for survival. According to theories of Charles Darwin and Neo-Lamarckism, survival statutorily needs adapting to time changes. We give several examples to support this theory. So let us not go into the science, but remember this law speaks about inheriting, acquiring, or adapting to changes. Now we started discussing about its universality. Not only human beings, but all the living beings have to adjust themselves to the situations, or else their survival will be endangered. I am trying to put a few examples here. I will start from the plant kingdom. Plants and trees shed leaves, you might have all noticed it, during the unfavorable conditions like summer, and they terminate their growth. Later, as the time passes and once the favorable conditions return, say like monsoons, they start to blossom again, they start flowering, they start fruiting. Sure, you might have all noticed this general phenomena, a natural phenomena. Now I am presenting you a short video which supports what I have spoken about. Look at this video and notice the season-based changes taking place in a tree. Look at this. Now they are getting green. Look at the thick greenness. Again, as the season is changing, the leaves are becoming red so that soon they will shed off. Let us take another example of Mimosa pudica. This is commonly known as touch me not. This plant reacts very fast when we touch it. This response of folding the leaves is called thigmonastic movement. Observe this video. Let us look up the adaptability factors in the animal kingdom. The common example is a snail. When it encounters a potential threat or obstacle, it retrieves back into its shell. Let us have this video. So it is retrieving back. This adaptability helps the snail to protect itself from any danger to its life or being hurt. Now, another very good example is pangolins. It's a wild animal which protects itself by changing its shape into a spear, an adapting technique for survival again. Look at this video. Isn't it? So, the next one and the last one is the chameleon, which changes its color to match to the environment to avoid being spotted by enemies. So we have seen that adaptability is followed by almost all the living beings on the earth. There are several more examples that I can speak to you, but these are a few examples that I wanted to show you visually to ensure that adaptability is a universal factor and it is followed by so many living creatures. Now, let us see what is its impact on our personal life. Adaptability becomes a part of our life even without our knowledge. Science says when a child is born, he cries because the moment he comes out from the mother's womb, he is entering into a different atmosphere to which he is very new. So he cannot adjust to this new atmosphere. He adapts himself within a short time. Maybe he cries for some time, then suddenly he starts adjusting himself to the external atmosphere, which is entirely different from that of a mother's womb. And you all remember, during childhood, children of both gender live together. They play, the boys, the girls. Hey Hari, hey Mamta, come here, we will go for a play. They eat together, they sit, they take their lunch boxes, they eat together, and in many places, particularly in the rural areas, the parents, they visit other places, other homes. There they sit, they bring their children, and when the child sleeps, they keep both the children, the child of one mother, the child of another mother, maybe it's a boy to boy or boy to girl, they sleep together. It's a very common thing because children seldom know that there is a word called gender. They have no differentiation. Now look at this change. As they grow, say at the age of 10 to 12 years, in the Indian context in particular, the parents ask the girl child not to play with the boys. Hey, you have grown up now. Come on, you should not play with the boys. This is what the parents tell their girl child. Remember, the girl is now puzzled because she is at an adolescent age. She cannot understand why she should not play with a boy with whom she has been playing or working or walking or talking or going to school for the past 10 years or so. But most of the time, they obey what their parents say, whether they like it or even they don't like it. So maybe we can say, even with irritation, they have to accept it. They accept it. But if the adaptability is cordial, cordial means a friendly one, an understandable one, a lovely one, the relationship prosper. They never get disturbed. They improve. They develop. But if the adaptability is unfriendly, the relationships spoil. That is, the children start questioning why they should not play. There will be even verbal exchanges. The child may become arrogant. It happens. It happens. It's a natural thing. So, most of the times, this leads to a serious misunderstanding between the parents and children, which has a very adverse effect in making a good future to the child. This is the reason why in a family counseling, we always advise the parents to be very careful when they are advising or restricting their children from something. They should explain them why they should not do, what is good or what is bad, what is the change that has come, what is the adjustment that a child has to do. In the same way, to the children also, we'll tell them that they should obey to their parents because they are more experienced, they have seen a lot of life, they know more about the society, and it is the time of change for them, and they have to adapt to the new conditions, new social restrictions. Right then, let's take another example. You all must be well aware of the school uniform, right? Children love it very much because whenever they move on to a new school, they love their new uniform. So, when you change from one school to another or join in a college, you have to wear the new uniform prescribed by that particular institute where you are enrolled, right? You can't say that no, I was wearing that uniform since my childhood. Now I don't want to change my uniform. No. And you really love it, the new uniform, isn't it? A very, very simple example, a perfect example of adaptability related to a student. And I would like to give you the last example. Most of the students who stay in hostels might have gone through this. They get homesick holidays, isn't it? You know why? Because when they move from their homes to the new institute, it takes some time for them to settle down to their new campus, the atmosphere. So, what the institute do is they allow them certain time so that they can adapt to the new atmosphere. This the student can do by visiting to his family for a few days, maybe 3-4 days or a week, where he speaks a lot about his new hostel, the facilities there. Then the parents advise him to adjust, him or her, to adjust to the new facilities, new atmosphere. They encourage him. It is only maybe for the 2 years, maybe for the 3 years. Once you finish this, you will have a bright future, better, and all these type of things, right? Most of you who were in hostels might have had this experience. This is another perfect example for adapting yourself, the adaptability issue. So let us now look at a few examples related to adaptability and the consequences of non-adaptability. So getting adjusted to the new campus, this is one of the most well-known adaptability issue to the students at all levels because they have to comply with several conditions which they have never faced with. What happens if you can't adapt to it? This is a very well-known fact. These days, we hear so many things coming up from the colleges, hostels, educational institutions, and other such facilities. The inability to adapt, the people may enter into depression, frustration, and sometimes they attempt to suicide or they even commit suicide. If they adapt to the new conditions, they may be having some problems in the initial stages because they have new friends there who are not like their old friends at the schools or in their villages or in their hometown. New friends, new habits, maybe the facilities in the hostel or in the workplace, maybe they are entirely different. They are not really that convenient. But once you start adjusting, adapting yourself, you will very soon overcome all the problems. Otherwise, you are entering into depression. Depression, frustration make you feel so sad and you always become a failure there. Understanding the changes during adolescent age, changing the behaviors, communication skills, social aspects, etc. are also adaptability issues. Because when you are a child, you are talking to your very close friend whom you know for so many years. So there the communication skills are more formal. But when you grow and move on to the other institution, maybe the closeness has to be developed. It won't come like that. So your communication skills also should be something different. You should speak in a particular tone or with some intonation and all these things with due respect. Always friends have got a respect, but the respects of friends are entirely different to the others. Okay, and social aspects, like when you are a child, you go hands in hands with a boy or a girl to the nearby petty shop, buy some chocolates, share them. Maybe you cut it with your teeth and share it. But when you grow, social aspects will come into play. Therefore, if you are not in a position to adapt them, there is always a possibility that you will get involved in unfair matters or unhealthy relationships, problems in the family, mental stress, trauma, and social rejection. When your friend in the childhood says, "Come, let's go and play under that tree," you jump. You go there, you play, nobody objects you. But if it is the same at the age of something around 14, 15, and a boy calls a girl to come and play with him, I am giving you a more practical example. Don't get offended or don't get hurt. You should tell them your communication skills play a great role there. You can say in a polite way, in a non-hurting way, that you cannot come because you are now grown up. Your family won't accept it. This society won't accept it. This is behavioral change and change in the communication. So these are some of the things adaptability has in your personal life. Then, now let us look at adaptability and its impact on professional life. The adaptability has got an immense impact on the professional life. It may be related to the adaptability to the technology you have to deal with, or the office or workplace, the atmosphere that you have to adapt to, the group with which you have to get associated with, the people you have to deal with both within your office and people from outside the office. You should develop a lot of adaptability skills to prosper in your personal and professional life. Let us take a few examples in this regard. So, let us now focus the impact of adaptability on one's professional life. We must say adaptability has immense impact on the professional life. It may be related to adaptability to the new technology that you have to deal in your workplace, or the workplace atmosphere. When I mean to say workplace atmosphere, it may be related to the group dynamics, that is, the group of people with whom you are working, or the interpersonal and communication skills that you have to deal with people of your own office or with the people from outside. When it comes to the adaptability to the technology, I must say this is one of the most prominent feature in the present society. Do you remember a typewriter? How many of you have seen it? In the olden days, people used to type the things. Typewriter used for communication. They type letters, they send it to the other office. This was the way of communication. The letters were posted, they reached the office maybe after a week or so, and when they write it back, it comes for another 3 to 5 days. So, in between a communication, a written communication, there used to be about 10 to 15 days of time. But these typewriters are now replaced with computers. I'm sure all of you might have seen computers. So the communication here goes so fast that within an hour you can have 10 to 15 communications or even more, depending upon the need. Assume that if you say, or if someone says, "Sir, I know to type on the typewriter only. I don't know how to work with computers." Do the employer keep him in the job? Definitely not. He may say, sorry, you are outdated, my friend. It's time for you to rest. So, if you don't adapt to this technology, you are outdated and your future is in danger. Similar is the case. The communication, as I explained you earlier, we use it to type some letters, pack them in an envelope, post them. They are carried by a postman and a lot of background work. But now everything has been replaced by emails, e-correspondence. If you don't know how to compose an email, how to open an email, how to send an email, then definitely, as I told you, it's time for you to take rest. So, what I mean to say is, adapting to technology, here is also the adaptability is playing a great role in your professional life. You have to start learning things. You have to adapt to the technology. It's now a practical case for you, all of you. In the olden days, there were phones, the telephones, where people only speak to each other. They have to book a call, wait for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, even for a day sometimes, so that they will get connected to the other person. But this is not the case now. We have got mobile phones, feature phones, smartphones. Even feature phones are now outdated. Nobody uses them. Most of the people who are watching this session are using either a computer or a smartphone. Take a practical look. If you don't have a computer, if you don't know how to use a computer, or if you don't have a smartphone, or if you are unable to use a smartphone, you are not attending this course. You are outdated. So your future is in danger. Very simple. Now, let's jump into the office workplace atmosphere, where I said group dynamics. What is it? Maybe you have to get associated with a group of your colleagues in the office. Each one has got a different temperament, different mindset. They may agree with what you are saying or they may not agree. You have to work with them. In a personal life, if you don't like your friend, his characters or his behavior, you can say, okay, this is the end of our friendship. We are no more friends. We are not going to meet again. But this is not the case when you are working in an office. You have to adjust. You have to adapt to the group dynamics. You have to make them as a part of it. You have to make them work with you, collaborate with you to complete a particular assignment. Your nature or behavior at home may be something different. Some are very funny, some are very serious, some are, okay, take it easy, bhaiya. But all is a personal matter. When you are in a group or with a group, you need to adapt to the group dynamics. You have to behave like a part and parcel of that group working on a particular assignment. You don't have any other options. You have to totally adapt to that group culture. You must share. You must correct yourself. You must accept certain things, or you may have to share certain things, whether the other person accepts or not. The other thing is interpersonal and communication skills. Definitely, you have to be very polite, very respectful in an office or workplace. You have to be more expressive and impressive without hurting others. It usually so happens some people are very hot, they're frankly outspoken at home, or they may be a bit reserved. But in an office, you have to adapt to the office culture. You can't say that I am a bit reserved and I don't want to speak to somebody because I am very rude. I will speak like this only. No. If you are rude, you have to change. You have to adapt to the polite behavior. You must start respecting each other. So, this is a case of interpersonal and communication skills. These are the skills one need to develop or adapt to ensure a successful professional career. So we have completed adaptability. We understood that adaptability is a universal factor, and we also studied the impact of adaptability on personal life and on professional life. Let us now look at some social impacts. So is adaptability implies to individuals only, or has it got any influence on the society as a whole? It's a big question. We'll see. Aye, look at this beautiful thing. Be a Roman in Rome. What does it says? It says adapt to the local situations, local cultures, local traditions. Respect all that comes across in a place where you are placed because you have to blossom there. There was a time, I am talking about India, when the girls were not allowed to go out, not even to the schools and colleges. Girl children going to schools was a social issue at that time. But what is the situation now? The girls are now happily going to the schools, colleges, and working in the offices and other employment avenues. A perfect example of society adapting towards girl child education. Look at the difference the adaptation has brought in the society. This is a big social impact. In the olden days, if some family sends a girl to the schools or college, the society used to boycott them. They used to stop talking to them or having any kind of relationships. But by adapting towards girl child education, a lot of change has came in the society. Now, let us now look at another social impact. Traditionally, the Indian women wear sari in many states. Please don't get offended because I am talking on the subject adaptability and its impact. So, wearing a sari was a tradition. However, in the modern society, the situations have changed. Women started going to the schools, colleges, they come out with their degrees and they get employed. So now they started working in the offices, factories, and other employment avenues. So wearing a sari and moving around in their hectic life is a matter of concern for them because they are a little bit uncomfortable in their work. So they have slowly adapted to other dress cultures like shirts, jeans, chudidars, etc. because they are very comfortable for them to get along with their hectic official activities. Definitely, the society had a few hitch-ups in the earlier stages, but very fast the society has adapted this change and it's no more a social concern now if any woman or a girl doesn't wear a sari. This is another big example of adaptation and adapting. I'm giving you another example of how important and how a social impact will come with certain things. Like you might have seen the European visitors in India wearing Indian dresses and enjoying our culture. And when we look at them, we feel so happy. To put it in another way, adaptability helps in developing cordial relationships, respect for each other, and brotherhood. Definitely, it's a fact that adaptability keeps people together, particularly in a country like India, where people of various religions and cultures stay together, live together. We respect each other and even adapt to their culture when we visit their house or place of worship. So the impact of adaptability is so powerful. People getting employed in other states or other countries need to adapt to the local culture. Otherwise, they won't fit in there. Similarly, when they return back, they have to stick back to their local culture or they have to adapt their culture back. Otherwise, what happens? The society will treat him something differently. they won't mix up with these people in the society. It becomes a social issue. Or to say, adaptability helps you to get included, whether it is at a new place or in the old place from which they are coming up. So, we have seen the social impact. Now, we are moving to developing adaptability tactics. I hope the presentation till now has given you ample information about the importance of adaptability and the crucial role it plays in establishing a successful life. Then the very next question is how to develop adaptability, how to improve our adaptability tactics. Definitely, you cannot develop all the things overnight. It's a process, and a process always is something that takes time. Over time, you have to develop your ability to understand, to adapt. So now let us go component by component. The first one is positive yet realistic approach. What does this mean? This means you always have to take the things in a good sense. And when you start adapting, you have to be more realistic in your approach. Remember that everything should not be adapted. A person has to adapt whatever is applicable to him. That is what a realistic means. A businessman has to adapt the tactics involved in business. An industrialist has to adapt what is required in industrial field. A student has to adapt what he requires in the academic field. A lecturer has to adapt the qualities of how to understand a teacher-student relationship and how to make the things more easy and palatable for the students. So you always have to be realistic. Then thinking positive is something which refers that you should shed off certain things. One must not be egoistic or stubborn about what he or she believes is perfect. Instead, one should keep analyzing and learning the best from what they have encountered or observed. To put it in a simple way, be willing to learn and accept the facts. The next component we need to study is be responsive. What does it mean? Responding to the situations and to this request is another major component of adaptability. This exposes you to the practical aspects or situations which help you to gain knowledge on different aspects. It helps you to practically understand the situations and analyze yourself about what the society is all about and where you stand. The next component related to adaptability skills is the leadership qualities. I must say that adaptability and leadership qualities are interdependent. A leader should always have several skills which include positive thinking, emotional intelligence, etiquette, team building, team management, strategic thinking, logical thinking, situational analysis, etc., etc. Of course, I believe that these topics will be dealt in other sessions in this course. But I would like to share with you that all these components help us to develop adaptability among the individuals. Because I'll just take one particular thing out of this. As I said, positive and realistic approach was there. Adaptability also involves time management. You need to think how much time we have got and how to do it. Maybe when you are in a very big assignment, you definitely need or require support from others who may not be well known to you, but you have to involve them. That means you have to adapt the skills of making people get involved or get associated with you. For that, you may have to use logical thinking, maybe emotional intelligence, maybe the team building. Skills. Then another very important component is open-mindedness. Don't be afraid of seeking new suggestions, asking for suggestions, and appreciating constructive criticism. This is very, very, very important. Remember this. Remember, change is only constant. If you don't respond to the change, you can't prosper. This is for sure. So, you have to be very open. You should not hesitate while taking a suggestion, while asking for a suggestion, and also to appreciate someone who supports you or who suggests you or who advises you. Don't feel that you are the only one learned person. The world is so big that everybody is having a part to play. The other component is setting goals and overcoming challenges. What does it mean? When you are setting some goals in your life, plan them properly. And if you are of the mindset of postponing the things, try to shed off that character and meet the goal within the set time frame. To explain it a little bit more, you want to complete a particular chapter in your academic syllabus by the end of this week. It usually happens that most of the students, they keep postponing. Oh, I'll get up at 5 in the morning, then I'll read it up to 8, then I'll go to college, and in the evening I'll spare another 1 hour. But when the alarm comes up, they switch it off and say, okay, maybe I'll get up at 7. 7 goes, 8 goes, evening goes, the next days come, next day goes, finally even the Saturday goes. The goal is not fulfilled. It's a very simple example. So you have to adapt. If I have to get up at 5 means, maybe I'm a little bit lazy. I always used to get up at 7 o'clock. But this is examination time. I have to read. I have to adapt to the timetable of getting up early and completing my task of reading a particular subject or a particular topic or a particular whatever it may be. Okay, so this is a very important component in adaptability skills. Another major component of developing adaptability is flexibility. This is also a very important component which helps you to develop your adaptability. Right, what does flexibility means then? A person may have a few strong beliefs or uncompromising will towards achieving a set target or targets. But in a situation where things are not going in his or her way, if he is not getting the success or he is not getting the results the way he or she wants to get, they have to rethink, rework, change their logics or beliefs or decisions. Remember, reaching the goal is your target. So, if the things are not going the way you planned, there is a need to rethink and alter your plans rather than adhering to what you have already designed or planned. Maybe your plan was not correct and it will not lead to achieving the success or your target. In such case, if you still stick on to it, you are in danger that you will never achieve it and end in failure, leading to distress and depression. But one thing that you have to ensure, your flexibility or change of planning or ideas should be within the acceptable range, both morally, socially, and legally. Your flexibility should not harm others or become a threat to the society by any means. The best example for flexibility is Thomas Alva Edison. He carried out 100 types of experiments before inventing electric bulb. He did not fix to a particular technique. He kept on changing from one idea to another idea, from one element to another element, because he aimed at the target. He adapted several technologies and he was successful. So these are some of the very important components that one must understand and practice to enhance his or her adaptability skills. By all means, the degree of adaptability has to be carefully worked out. Too much adaptability is also not acceptable. It has its own limits too. You have to be sensible, means choose in accordance and with wisdom. It has to be suitable to the culture and conditions, and it has to be situational. With this, let us now move on to the last topic, the positive and negative adaptability. Now, is there anything like positive adaptability and negative adaptability? Yes, of course, there is. If so, let us try to see a few examples for each of them, and the participants can identify a few on their own by self-analysis. So, let's now see what is positive adaptability. Wearing a face mask to protect ourselves from COVID-19, maintaining social distance, having more than one option while planning a target. We call it as plan A, plan B. If plan A fails, plan B will come handy. Accepting failures and analyzing without being depressed. That means adapting to the result. Self-counseling during unfavorable conditions to gain optimistic and positive energy in life. Getting involved in a teamwork, and men and women being employed nowadays, which is leading to gender equality. Let us now look at negative adaptability, which has to be very carefully understood because it has all the capabilities among the individuals to adapt to what all we have discussed till now. For example, adapting to the technologies but misusing them. A few examples are online scams. Remember that the people involved in this are highly intelligent and adapted to the technologies, but they are misusing it, which makes it a negative adaptability. Similar is the case of computer virus. The developers of computer virus are of the category of possessing high level of knowledge, programming knowledge, computer knowledge, but they use it for destructive purpose or destructive activity rather than constructive one. The adaptability of technology in both these cases is a negative adaptability. So, before we conclude the topic, look at the following and understand them properly. Positive adaptability, where people understand and adjust to the situations and prosper in life. Non-adaptability refers to inability of a person to adjust to the situations and enter into frustrations, failures, and remain unsuccessful. Negative adaptability is people understand and adjust to the situations but utilize their knowledge in antisocial or harmful acts. Finally, be careful about the following two words that look and sound almost similar: adapt and adopt. Adapt is what we have discussed so far. It stands for changing yourself to the situation. For example, the world is now adapting to coping mechanism to combat COVID-19. Adopt is to take over something. A family has adopted an orphan child. You can see the difference. Now, I would like you participants to write a short notes about the adaptability factors that you might have noticed in the following sectors in our life, because the following are new trends that the society is slowly but steadily adapting when compared to the earlier years. The first question is e-marketing or e-shopping or online shopping. The next question is online banking or online money transfer. Hope this session was knowledge building among the participants. Thank you. Jai Hind.